welcome to Horror Queen Film Reviews, episode 10. I know, season 2. We are reviewing Saint Drogo. Saint Drogo is directed by Brandon Perras Sanchez, Mike Ahern, and Ryan Miller. We have a special sneak peek of the film Saint Drogo that is only premiering right now in film festivals across the nation. So we are very lucky. Thank you so much, Brandon, for giving us an exclusive sneak peek. I have special guests.
Bloody Blush.
And
Sélah V. Today the V stands for vile, because this is supposed to be a very disgusting movie.
I'm ready for it.
yeah, from what we've heard on Twitter that this movie actually made somebody puke.
And I just ate, so I'm ready for that.
Yeah, we had like hella burritos right before this, so
I hope
it's
it
gonna
makes
be
me
interesting.
puke out of my dick.
Sélah.
That's ejaculation.
Oh.
Pew. Dick.
Saint Drogo is folk horror, so we're really excited about that. We don't get to see a lot of folk horror. I believe the last folk horror film I saw was Midsommar, and we actually had a Midsommar drag brunch just like 2 months ago.
Yeah.
So maybe if we get more people to watch this movie, I guess when it comes out in theaters, hopefully, fingers crossed, we could have a Saint Drogo drag brunch.
Oh, hell yeah.
Wouldn't that be cool?
That
I'd
would
be
be
so
super-
down.
My expectations of this film are very high just because I really liked Death Drop Gorgeous.
Yeah,
You watched it?
I loved it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Ah, so happy to hear that. Did you watch it? It's okay. We're definitely going to have to check it out because it is a movie that
Yeah.
you really like. I'm more than sure of
Yeah.
it. So what were your thoughts on Death Drop Gorgeous?
I really don't see much like gay horror, so I was all for it. All like the gay lingo, the like grinder type of aspect of it.
Yeah, that was great.
The glory hole scene, everything.
You know what? And it's so crazy because Victoria Elizabeth Black was actually the makeup artist, the SFX artist on that film.
Of course.
Really?
Mhm.
That's so gaggy.
The makeup artist on Saint Drogo is actually Joe Castro. So we're looking forward to it. I've seen from what the stills that they've posted on Instagram, the effects look really great. There's like dead bodies. It's like, there's like beach scenes as well.
Ooh.
The trailer's very ominous as well. It looks like there's a lot going on that you can't really, you don't really know what this film's about. But we're gonna go ahead and read the plot. It seems to be,
And
the plot is Caleb has been plagued by nightmares about an ex who had been working in Provincetown, Massachusetts. That's MA, right?
yeah.
I
Or
thought it
is
was
that Maryland?
I
What is
Michigan?
What is MA?
Massachusetts.
Massachusetts?
I thought that was Maryland.
It's about an ex who had been working in Provincetown, but but now won't return his calls under the guise of taking a
Sound it out, girl.
respite.
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 He convinces his boyfriend Adrian to trek down to the Cape Cod town in the off season of winter. Okay, so that's already giving me like AHS.
Yes. Cape Cod.
The vampires.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When they arrive, Caleb's ex is nowhere to be found, and the locals provide no help. As Caleb's dreams continue to haunt him, we delving into the dreams, honey. He becomes more determined to find his ex, even as the search puts more strain on his relationship. Okay. But the more he persists in his search, the closer he nears the sinister secret the town is hiding.
Ooh. It is giving me a little AHS because like the whole town is in on something. Like they're very aware of like the
Yeah.
hauntings that are going on.
But I almost just feel like that's just how Provincetown is, though.
Yeah, I love how they do the setting in a small town because it's like very ominous and like you have the beach right there, so like crazy shit's gonna happen. People might be washed up shore, and with all the special effects makeup, I'm expecting something like one guy, one jar, one guy, one horse. Give me some of that, you know?
Yeah. So when I had looked up like briefly a little synopsis
Of one guy, one jar?
No, well, yeah, that too. When I looked up the synopsis, it almost sounded like it was going to be more of like a
Synopsis.
Synopsis.
Synopsis is something to do with plants.
Oh yeah, a synopsis. Okay, like it was a historical fiction about like religious times.
Yeah, even the poster.
Maybe his dreams are taking him back in time to
Oh.
like the religious, what was that called? The Dark Ages?
Like the Crusades?
Yes. That's what it seemed like.
The Crusades?
I'm going in completely blind, just read the synopsis, and I'm just really, really excited because I wanted to go in with an open mind because I know this is completely different than
Death Drop Gorgeous.
Death Drop Gorgeous, and I just want like a complete fresh mind on this one.
I personally love like religious and historical movies and horror movies. So to see kind of that all rolled into one with a queer story on top, this makes me very excited. And I love indie stuff. Like we watch a lot of indie movies in our reviews, and I feel like they always have a touch of something that just kind of pulls at your heart a little bit more. It's very personal.
Yeah, even this year, there's been a lot of queer horror filmmakers releasing really great movies.
And I'm here for it.
Any last thoughts or comments before we start this film?
We might look different when we come back.
And with that being said, dim the lights and start the movie. Mom, what did you think?
Why did they sacrifice him? Is it because he was like more of an innocent one, or like maybe pure-minded? Those are my thoughts.
I think that's exactly what it was.
I'm mad. I'm so mad. I can't.
I'm speechless.
I'm allergic to cats.
I'm a little speechless too.
I'm spooked, for one.
I feel like my mind's a little jumbled right now, TBH, but like my headache just got worse and the feeling of dread just got worse and like the sadness got worse and it was like the most tragic ending possible.
Yeah, I had no idea it was gonna go that route. I just love how like progressively chaotic it got towards the end.
Y'all are so quiet.
I really, I liked that movie quite a bit, personally. It was, I enjoyed it. It was scary and also borderline, like pornographic.
Here for it.
Which I was here for, yeah. I was really living for that. And,
and it's kind of nice because you see all these like hetero movies where like there's so much sex and like hetero between man and woman, and like it was just like so almost like taboo to see it, like so much of it with men on men.
Especially with your parents in the room.
Oh yeah. My God.
I really lived. And I like how it was almost saying like, because pretty much everyone in the movie was gay.
Yeah.
And it was almost like a satire on like how the gay community like is heavily involved in drugs.
Okay, so that's exactly what I thought of too, how like especially like the PNP party and play culture of like gays doing meth and like that's kind of like what the drugs in this reminded me of. It was like very like PNP oriented, which is like another thing that's so taboo and like a lot of people don't like to talk about, but it's rampant in our gay community. Mm-hmm. So it shed a lot of light on that and like all the things, like literally every single feeling that comes with doing that. And as a former addict myself, I kind of got a lot of those feelings conveyed in the film, like the feelings of a come down, or the feelings of like betrayal and guilt and sadness and like doom and despair. It was just all wrapped up in one film, and It was tragic. It was very tragic. And I wasn't expecting that at all. Like, I will say that monster at the end, chef's kiss.
Oh, so good.
Oh my god.
A1.
So good. I love how they waited to the very end to show like the full like.
I
special effects
screamed.
makeup.
I screamed. I like, it was like a mile away and I still screamed. Like,
I was gagged. I wanted to know how they so accurately depicted what my pussy looks like. Because the realism, like, I was really gagged. I was like, oh my god, they must have seen my personal photos because I don't normally show people my teeth.
It's all over Twitter, babe.
Okay.
everything about that monster was so, like, horrifyingly gorgeous. Totally wasn't expecting that from this film. But then again, we all kind of went into it kind of blindsided. We didn't really know what to expect besides just knowing the synopsis of the film. It was very visually, aesthetically pleasing to watch. The locations were amazing.
Oh yeah, the dunes,
beautiful. The drone, everything. The beach.
The
ominous-
hallucinations that he was having too were pretty cool.
Yeah, they really were.
I love how it was a play on, like, because P-Town is known for being, like, where you go to party and stuff like that. And so it was, like, Party Town, but it was, like, a different kind of party. And I really,
Right.
I really like that.
Your kind of party.
Yeah, I like that they made it, like, a scary party, you know?
Yeah, like a spooky orgy.
Yeah, definitely that. I really related to the main character because he was somebody who was not doing the drugs, but his partner was. And I have personally been in that almost exact situation, you know? And so I could really feel like the anxiety that he was having.
It gave me anxiety too, just like not having control over, you know, and seeing somebody just slip away.
Right.
He was going through it, girl. It was insane. As far as like the plot and the storyline goes, I loved how he was just going through it, and it was like a little repetitive as far as the person who was like showing him around the town, like they just met him out of nowhere, and you could just tell he was up to no good.
Yeah, he had that smug ass face that it was just like, oh, not the good vibes. He doesn't radiate good energy. Totally just suspicious. Has that like little squint in his eye. Like he knew what was going on.
Small squinty eyes like that, I don't trust.
Right.
Yeah.
There was definitely some secrets underneath that beanie.
I'm talking about you, bitch.
Oh.
That guy got me so mad because they were just like falling for every single thing, or at least Caleb's boyfriend was like falling for everything. Started doing the drugs, started going to the party. But I feel like when a movie gets me upset like that, it's doing a really good job at like feeding you the storyline.
I agree.
I definitely agree. Adrian! I just wanted to say his name like that. It reminded me of Rocky.
Do it, Sélah?
Adrian!
I am a sucker for like a cult movie. It was giving Suspiria mixed with Hereditary, mixed with like Malum a little bit too. Just like how it progressively just gets so chaotic, and at the end there's like some ritual that's just like eyegasms, like all of these visual effects and like blood and gore. I loved all of that.
The way that it traveled through different emotions was strong.
Yeah.
The
message.
strong.
Yeah, the men were strong. There's a lot of hot guys in there.
I love the old man.
The way he talked.
The one where he first came into the party. I said, okay, old man. I was like, oh, he's fine.
Just overall just a mind fuck.
And honestly, that's what it feels like. If you're ever been the person not doing drugs and everybody else is doing drugs, you feel like you're in a zombie apocalypse almost. It feels like
that's me around y'all like all the time.
Okay,
that's
we're
your drag.
drinking.
Yeah.
I love how they alluded to the teeth because like his nose was bleeding and then like the tooth.
Oh, that was so
Yeah.
gross.
The tooth came
That was so
out.
gross.
I was wondering where that was going. I was like, how did the tooth come out?
There's something about like all the teeth that are like mushed up together. That
But
just
then
makes me
like
feel
also like in like I've had a lot of dreams where my teeth fall out or like, you know, dreams
Right.
involving teeth, and that always means like the loss of something or something like that. Like
Oh,
you're
right.
like you don't want people to find out about something, and you're trying your hardest to keep something a secret or keep it bottled in, and it just is spilling out everywhere. That's
Right.
basically what it means.
And the dream sequences were really good. Like they were
Yes.
very trippy, very like hallucinating moments.
Very. I'm wondering what the teeth specifically relate to, like as far as the movie goes.
And I also didn't know that it was Saint Drogo.
I thought it was Drogo.
No, it was Drogo.
Drogo with the O.
Yeah.
Drogo, okay. So it's not Antigua's. Antigua's?
Antigua. I thought it said Antigua when it said Antiques. But okay, in my defense, my generation, we didn't grow up having to learn cursive and stuff. So when
you're Laotian.
No, because of my age, they taught us how to write in cursive, and then we never did again.
Baby, it was antiques all along.
She's like, what is he doing in Antigua?
Antigua, yeah, I was like, why are they going to...
What is Antiguas?
Yeah, I'm like, why are they going to Provincetown when the door says Antigua? I was like, this doesn't make any sense. I was like, what are they doing?
What are they doing in Antigua? They're supposed to be in Provincetown.
Yeah, I'm like, what is going on?
I'm like, you mean antiques?
I love the dynamic of them, like, as a couple picking up somebody and then, like, taking him back to the room and only one of them, like, really being into the guy. It was too real.
It was too triggery.
It was literally so triggering.
I was just looking at my man the whole time, like, mad as fuck already.
A lot of queer people, or, you know, that can relate to it. I mean, probably straight
relationships that, like, you know, queer relationships that open up their relationship and bring a third person, and then one of them starts falling for the other one more than the other one, and, like, just gets messy. And then
too close to home.
Toxic junkie whore.
Yeah.
That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, that's what you did say. Just screamed it out loud. What'd you call him?
A toxic junkie whore. If this were real life and that were happening, that would be the first immediate thing that I would scream out at that person.
It was just really sad. Like, you can tell how much he loved him, though, that he didn't want to leave him, like, even throughout all the fights and even throughout seeing him, like, start falling for someone else and, like, kind of, like, betraying him. Like, he was straight up turning his back on him, and he was still, like, searching for him and looking for him. Like, I would have just left his ass, honestly, and just been like, oh, okay, I'm gonna find my trade and I'm gonna just go back home because it's clearly not working with anyone here.
Yeah, and there's definitely some foreshadowing because even before they went to P-Town, Adrian was already, like, easily influenced by other
and
men.
then he cheated on him.
Yeah.
That was so messed up.
Right. Yeah, that
And he
part.
fell so fast. He folded. So quick.
He was hurt because the guy didn't accept his proposal anyway.
Girl.
You know? He
But
was
that's
hurt
no
about that.
reason. Like, they should have just broken up if that wasn't the case. Like, they didn't have to start cheating on
It made
each
me
other.
so mad, but
Yeah,
that's what they wanted to do.
That too.
See, y'all are... If I said no...
This movie triggered the fuck out of me.
It did.
From the get-go, I was just like, this is already off to a bad start. This is already off to some kind of, like, secrets. Like, the secrets have already started secreting.
Mm-hmm.
And then he tried to be all coy about it. That's how you say it, right? Coy?
Coy.
Yeah, that tried to be all coy about it and be all like, oh, let me just give you a blowjob in the woods then, and let's just forget about this. But you can tell, like, as soon as they got to, like, the Airbnb or wherever they were staying, there was a lot of guilt. And when he, like, I totally saw it when he went back on the bed, and he's just, like, thinking, he's just like, shit, what did I just do? By all means, you're gonna want some more teeth after that.
That's the tea.
Teeth with a capital T.
Yeah, teeth. Yeah, that's very much what it was. Teeth with a capital T, honey.
Him and that party.
Party and teeth.
So how about that party? We still
Okay.
going to that party?
Uh-huh.
Oh boy.
And that party, like, it was. Oh, can we talk about the Countess?
Okay, the Countess. So like
Serving.
the first time we saw the white robe, like 2 minutes in, I'm like, Gaga, Countess right there.
Literally, and their name is actually Complete Destruction. They're a drag artist from, I believe, Rhode Island. They were a headliner, I believe, at the Austin Drag Fest that year that we went.
Really?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Complete Destruction.
It sounds familiar.
They looked sickening at
Yeah.
that party.
Was it also kind of saying, like, how older gays influence, like, the younger, newer
That's also
gays?
what I
Yeah.
got. Where it's just like, we are the ones who teach. Because we're always like, regardless how corrupt this community is, we are the ones that lead the example, whether it be good examples or bad examples. Because
Yeah.
like, this is always going to be here.
It's almost like you saw some sort of hierarchy at that party.
Doing teeth lines off of their feet?
Oh my god, I forgot about that.
Here for that. But honestly, this movie took everything taboo, turned it up to 100, and made it a complete nightmare. That's my review of it. I loved it. It's, in my opinion, gonna go down as a LGBT cult classic. It was just really twisted, and it was very uncomfortable to watch. In multiple scenes, it made you feel a sense of dread throughout the entire film, whether it had to do with secrets or betrayal or infidelity or like, you know, all these different themes just hitting one right after another. And then you mix it with like beautiful scenery, and then like also like just the fact that the tragedy of the ending scene with Saint Drogo was at this place that's supposed to be serenity, supposed to be calming, like the beach, and then you have the most tragic thing happen, the most tragic and gruesome thing to happen. But it was almost like, I don't know, did y'all get like feelings of being reborn?
And it was like the ritual that needed to be done for like a rebirth.
I think it was kind of like what your mom was saying, like that
I can't believe my mom watched this movie.
It was like borderline pornography to watch with your
Borderline.
mother. Like it was like one of those old school like Showtime porns that you would see. Like that's what it was giving me. For real, with like the awkward grinding, like where you don't see penetration. To get back on topic, I feel like it was kind of, the sacrifice was kind of representing like how younger or pure people who are like uncorrupted, so to speak, become corrupted, even if it's not of their own will. You know, like,
on a scale of 1 to 5 knives, bloody.
I give it a solid 4 knives.
Mm-hmm.
I think the imagery, the ritualistic part of it, mouth-watering. It satisfied everything I was looking for. I can't really say that many negatives about it, but for an indie film, for folk horror, everything I needed.
Sélah?
I would give it like a good 4.5 out of 5. It was giving. It was really giving. And 4.5.
I'm also gonna give it a 4.5 knives out of 5. It gave everything that, not that I look for in gay horror, but that I don't expect in gay horror. And that's what was really thrilling and exciting to see. The sex was there, the horror was there, the monsters was there, the filth was there, the SFX were there, the drag queen was there. It gave what needed to be given. And what kind of excites me most about this film was that I had no idea what this was gonna be about.
Right.
And just going on that nightmare mindfuck and coming out of it, like I even still have a headache right now. And I appreciate films that leave me feeling like that, because not a lot of films do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, it just makes you want to think, and it makes you want to watch it again. And it's just kind of like, oh, well, what didn't I pick up the first time? I can watch it again the second time, because it was a good film. Like I don't feel like it dragged on in any parts. There was always something happening. There was always some kind of like really like twists and turns like everywhere. Yes. You know, and even like going from the production value of Death Drop Gorgeous to this one, Saint Drogo, I feel like that just like went completely uphill too.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
The drone shots
were droning.
Thank you so much, Monster Makeup, for allowing us to have a sneak peek screening of Saint Drogo. We thoroughly enjoyed it. We had nothing but good things to say about it. If you are waiting and anticipating the release of Saint Drogo, keep waiting, because it is one to watch out for. And we are very excited to see it premiere in more festivals, and we are very excited to see the reviews keep coming in of what people think of it, because I could totally understand now why somebody puked in this movie. I appreciate a film with a lot of symbolism and a lot of just like, even like the roses are very symbolic too, and just like from the get-go.
The rosebuds were out.
I loved seeing Selah's cameo when the rosebud was like blooming.
Y'all are so annoying with that.
T.S. Sélah V. the Prolapse.
I swear it said Antigua.
Thank you so much for watching Horror Queen Film Reviews, episode 10.
Rot in hell, fuckers!